Welcome everybody to the last part of the subscriber special. We are at 4 hours right now, so I think I've topped my record from the last subscriber special for 2,000 subscribers, where I was also playing against my subscribers. I still have plenty of challenges, and I will not get to them all. It's unfortunate, but yeah, you can imagine with 4,000 subscribers, yeah, I cannot play against them all. So let's see what we got. Like I said before, I will not accept challenges from people I've played before. That's just doesn't make sense, as long as there are people waiting who I haven't played. There's another very strong player here. Oh, he's not even online anymore, as far as I can tell. IamShade sounds like an interesting name. Let's go with that. I'm playing against IamShade. And I still have to goal to get back to 2600, because that was my goal, to not fall under 2600 when the special was over. But it was quite an ambitious goal, I have to say. I knew I would lose some games here and there. I'm glad I was able to win against that cheater though. That's the way to win against him. You gotta, I don't know, you gotta go into an end game and defend as long as possible and make it as difficult as possible for them. And then oh, look at that! I know IamShade, Christian Walter. Oh, that's funny. Okay, looking forward to play against him. I've known him for a very long time. I don't know from how many years, in fact. Okay, here we go. We had these kind of structures quite a lot in this subscriber special. I like to play with e6, knight g7, and I think that's pretty reasonable here. And then I just like to play with d5, so I'll just do that. And it looks really harmonious. All the pieces are supporting each other, and then I can win some space maybe in the future with d4. So he has to play d3 at some point. I mean, he cannot wait with this move any longer, and here he goes. Now the question is, I think b6 is always a reasonable move. And now he wants to play b4, there's no doubt about that. So I think I play d4. He can still, okay, we'll see how that goes. He can still, my idea was to play knight d5 after knight d4. He can still go b4 because my knight is not protected. So maybe instead I should go for a5. This would be another idea. I just don't want him to open up here with b4. I don't want to allow that. Bishop g5, he wants to create some trouble here. Knight f6 possibly, but I think I can just go h6. I mean, is he gonna go bishop f6? That's possible. Let's see. How about I just finish my development, bishop e6, and he can do whatever he likes to do with the bishops here, bishop f6 or knight f6. That's okay, knight f6 I just go to h8, and bishop f6, okay, so what, he can exchange the bishops. What I really care about is that I can close down here the queen side and not allow him to play b4. That's my main concern. Okay, he wants to bring a knight to c4 as far as I can tell. Okay, I play queen c7. Yeah, quite a complex position indeed. Now he plays this move. Okay, I can go knight d5, take on g7. But as long as I'm preventing him from going anything like b4, I think I'm fine. So I'm just watching out for that. Knight g5, that's a good move. That's a good move. Because he's going about to destroy my pawn structure, and I can't allow that. So queen e5. Queen e5 runs into knight f3. a little bit. Okay, so but now he has gained my valuable bishop, and I think I'm in a little bit of trouble here. But maybe I can keep everything together. Queen b3 or queen c4 come to mind, but maybe just knight c7. Knight f3. Okay. He wants to bring another knight to g5, possibly. So I'll go h6. Knight f3 was not the move I was most worried about, to be honest. Okay, rook fe8, bring the rook to the open file. And now maybe at some point I think about a4. I don't know if I like that move, a4. Maybe I do. But how about just doubling rooks on the e-file, because this is kind of a weakness he has. And if I put some pressure on there, why not pin him down over there? So there we go. He defends. Do I want to bring my queen there? Oh no, just queen d6, queen c4. I think I can go knight e5, exchange one pair here. And now the question is if I can go maybe forward with f5, f4, something along these lines, and open up his king. Because he's just in waiting mode right now. He's waiting for me to do something. Another thing is I'm thinking about rook e3, or knight e3 even. You know what, it's a blitz game. You can try and see what's going to happen here. This looks very dangerous, and I think especially with his low amount of time, this will be super difficult for him to defend. And there we go, he has given me this pawn on e2, and now everything is falling apart. Alright, that was great. Glad to play against somebody I know. Best wishes out to Christian. I hope he's doing fine. Let's have a quick look. Where should we start? I think there was a critical moment here. I think after this exchange, more or less, White is doing okay, but he has to seize the opportunity here. Maybe queen b3, pointing at this pawn as well. Knight e7, I was thinking. Knight c4 possibly, and you know, put some pressure on my position, but it looks like I can keep everything protected. Rook b8, but it looks like the knight is much more active here on c4 than it was on f3, and the bishop is also free to go. Okay, then later when I sacrificed, of course he was also very low on time, so it was difficult for him. In fact, maybe he doesn't even need to accept, he can just play queen b3. But here, okay, maybe queen c6 entering along this diagonal, so that might be unpleasant too. Yeah, queen g3, yeah. It's not a position you would like to play. I mean, I have at least, no, it's probably just very bad here. Queen c4, I was thinking, but rook e2 again is winning. Yeah, this sacrifice is probably just crushing for White at this point, because he just doesn't have any counterplay. Okay. I accept a challenge from Sturz17. And while we're waiting, I can take a look in the chat. You can see I'm drinking a lot of water. Well, it's not only because I'm talking a lot, but also water is always helpful in keeping the brain working. Okay, I see some, okay, zambotsi waits like 4 hours, already 4 hours. Okay, you'll be next. I do not stream once a week. It's actually quite a special occurrence. So far I've always only streamed for subscriber specials, so every 1,000 subscribers I've done that. I don't have the time to stream every week. I'm currently quite busy, in fact, with school. What is that? I've seen that. It's interesting. Bishop d7 looks like the move to go. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, you can do that. It's usually e6 the response. And I think black's always having some nice compensation here, but again, not quite sure if I'm not maybe mixing up some lines here. But the thing is that I could have taken on f4 in fact, that I'm up in development and f5, yeah, that makes sense. But I'm gonna go knight d4 and he just takes and play knight e4. I guess I gotta play queen takes f5. Knight g5. He plays quick player. Brings the knight to e4. It makes sense, but I have a nice square for my knight here too. So I'll take the opportunity to put my knight here. And he's still down in development. And this could cause him some headache. Now I have ideas with knight f3 check, which I might do. Yeah, let's see how he deals with that, because he has some back rank issues. His bishop is not out yet. I think there's some problems he's dealing with here. And now knight h4. Is there anything better? Knight h4. Let's see how he defends his pawn. Maybe queen g1. But it looks like I'm close to sacrificing something and winning on the spot, but maybe I'm not. Maybe he's just fine. Queen e2 would run into queen g4. There's one of my hopes here. Oh, there we go. Queen g4, I think, is a winner. Unless he has something like knight g3. Oh, okay. Well, that was a quick decision. I didn't expect him to just take like that. Knight g3, is that still possible? But okay, I mean, there's if I don't have anything better, then this has to be crushing. Something like this. Bishop e5. Bishop d4 coming. So it looks like he has to play queen g1 here. I need to do something immediately, but I don't think I have anything. Yeah, so this might be very possible for him, and in fact he is better here. If he gets his piece out, bishop e3, the knight on e4 is a monster. Yeah, I don't see anything really. I mean, probably just have to go something like this, and then, well, then he's better pawn structure, nice knight on e4. But okay, it's a blitz game. Okay, I said I'm going to accept a challenge by Zambotsi, but honestly I don't see it. Zambotsi, maybe you have a different name. Zambotsi, I should say. QuestingBeast is another one who's waiting. Okay, I accept QuestingBeast. But Zambotsi, I don't see your challenge, so maybe you want to challenge me again. Yeah, thank you guys for waiting for so long. It's just, that's how it is. I can only play one person at a time, and they don't have this simul feature yet at Chess24. I don't even know if that would be a good idea for me to play simultaneously several people. But yeah, that's just what it is. I can only play one person at a time, and that's it. Okay, what we got here, a position, I don't know much about it. I'm just playing some moves which make sense to me, I guess. I'm really not at home in these kind of positions, so I'll just do whatever seems logical to me. Where does the knight go? Good question. I guess goes to c3, and maybe I can follow up with d4 and then kind of leads to positions that I've kind of seen before. It's Morochi pawn structure, slightly better for white, but difficult to break through. So I'll just play the standard moves here, and then have to take a little think. H3 is another sensible move. Yeah, he plays all the standard moves too, and this is what I don't like about this stuff. Like, I feel like it's so easy to play for black. He puts pressure on this pawn. No, okay, queen e2. Yeah, these are not my kind of positions. I like it when there's some action going on. It's not a lot of maneuvering the whole time. Is this pawn hanging now? No. It's protected often enough, so you know what, I'll go for some action. I don't know if that's a good idea, but I need to do something. Otherwise, I'll just lose on time or something like that. The nice thing about these positions is that you have more space, but then on the other hand, you gotta make something out of it too. So here it's getting a little bit concrete. Pawn on e4 is hanging. No, is he hanging? No, it's not even hanging. Oh, everything's well placed, and the pawn on b6 is hanging, so he has to react to that. Probably play the knight back, I would assume. Either knight. Okay, this one. And I could even go for f4, but that's the thing, like, you weaken yourself a little bit with these moves, so I'm always cautious. Okay, what about bishop d4? Can he protect this pawn again? Maybe he can go b5. Oh, or even better. I see. I'm surprised. Okay, b5, yeah. Let's enter here. And knight a5, and I'm hoping I have some compensation here because his pieces are a little bit bundled up. And actually, how is he defending everything? Does he have to play bishop c8? That would be, well, that would be winning for me. But how is he protecting a bishop on b7? Looks like I'm just getting lucky here that his combination he just played apparently doesn't work. And here I could just move my bishop, but I can also just take on b7, and the rook is also hanging on d8. Yeah, so this is winning for me. Yeah, I got a little bit lucky here that I could refute his combination like that. Bishop takes, okay. Oh well, I mean, that's just a rook. That's just a rook. Okay, that should be over fairly soon. Okay, yeah, I just got a little bit lucky here. So this combination doesn't seem to work because there's simply no way for him to defend the bishop on b7. So instead, maybe instead of this combination, he played maybe b5. Yeah, I think that's a good move. Take, take, yeah, black is better here. In fact, I cannot take because of bishop c6. Maybe that's my best shot still, give up the exchange here, but there's no doubt that black is better. Because if I move, yeah, okay, maybe I can play knight c3, but it feels like, yeah, okay, knight c3 is the move I should play. It feels like something's going on here, rook c4, something along these lines. Okay, this is still very complicated, and okay, I take it back. I don't think I'm worse. I think it's just unclear. Okay, so let's see if zambotsi is here. I don't see zambotsi. Sorry about that. So I play against Valencia. Okay. Play against ValenciaHi. And yeah, there will be not many more games. I mean, I guess I just gotta call it a day at some point. I hope you guys understand. 4.5 hours almost now. So that's pretty much like what a long chess game would last. Well, not a long, I mean, yeah, kind of a long chess game, I guess. Alright, I think e5 is the way to go here. Pushing the knight away and then knight b3, queen c7 back. It's very concrete chess here. I'm underdeveloped obviously, but it is possible to play like that. He probably thinks about placing knight on f5 or on b3. Okay, he goes to b3, queen c7. And now he castles. Okay. So what now? b5. I want to bring my bishop to b7. And it looks sketchy with the king still in the center, but you can see he doesn't have a real way to open up the position right now. I mean, one option is knight d5, but I can play bishop b7, and everything is very, very coordinated. And any sacrifices here, I don't think they work, because all the important squares are protected. Okay, he goes for knight d5. It's kind of difficult to come up with another idea for him. So the question is if I play bishop b7 or bishop d6. I like bishop d6 too. That seems like the natural square for the bishop anyway. And now I just castle. Again, it looks sketchy here, but queen f5, I could play knight f6, but I think g6 is even more appropriate. And fall down with f5. It is risky, there's no doubt about that, but I think this is working out here, now threatening e4 with a fork. And it looks really risky to open up the king like that, but then again, I think it's working fine. King g7, king h7. I think king h7. Oh, e4 was a good move. Oh, e4 is still a good move. The point is not that the bishop is attacked, but here you can see the point. This is crushing, of course, winning the queen, and that's it. Yeah. Okay. I'm up a queen. So how do I go from here? No, not blunder anything. 95 bishop g3. I'll just go back solid, queen d6. Keep everything under control here. Okay. I think I can just push. I don't see any problems here at the moment. I mean, maybe I could play a protective move like rook a7 just in case, but usually when I don't see a reason to protect anything, I don't do it. Bishop h5. Yeah, okay, let's play the rook here. These bishops are a little bit annoying, but I think I've got everything protected. Okay, and I win. Yeah. Okay, so here's already too late. So e4 is a threat. I think in general it's already might be difficult for white. Might be. Because I can play e4 anyway. And it's difficult to come up with an attack here. It really is. Whereas I feel like my play is fairly easy. e4, and then you have to deal with this threat, and then knight e5. And you can see I have a space advantage now. This is good for black. There's zambotsi. Okay, there he is. Who's been waiting for a long time. Okay. Let's play something we haven't had yet before. Let's go for French. I usually never play the French. This will be funny. Okay, he plays not the main lines, I can tell that much. Oh, I take this pawn on e5. Bishop f4. I think I'll just go back. Bishop d7. He has a slight advantage, slight lead in development, I should say, but it's not enough to compensate for a very important central pawn. I mean, you can give up, you know, a pawn on the side like a2, maybe h2, but you usually don't want to give up a pawn in the center because they're really crucial. Because in the center, this is usually where the action is going on, and it will be easy for me to push my pawns later on. And who controls the center has more space and more freedom to move the pieces. So you can see here white is being pushed back. So if you want to sacrifice a pawn, you should think twice before you sacrifice the central pawn or pawn in the center. Knight h4. How should I go about with that? I think I can play knight g5. Knight. I can barely speak anymore. Knight g4. Attack the knight on the bishop on e3. My goodness. Yeah, I kind of expected that. What do I want to do here though? I think I just want to take. Take, and bishop c5. And put some pressure on this e3 pawn. Also, I've destroyed a little bit, weakened his pawn structure. So I always like to do that if I get a chance, if there's not a major disadvantage to it. So more pressure on the pawn, probably rook f3, I guess. No, e4. So that's good news for me. He cannot. Okay, you can play rook e1 then. Yeah, he should play rook e1. Oh, he plays rook f3. Okay, that means he's not, or maybe not. Okay. I was hoping for that, and the pawn is pinned, and that's a rook. Okay, and there goes another piece. Glad to see that in the chat people are saying that I've played all the main openings. I don't think so quite. I mean, there are a lot more openings to be played. So, but I'm trying to give some variety. Yeah, I think the problems were early in the game. After knight c6, this pawn should be protected in one way or the other. Bishop f4, knight takes c6, bishop b5, something along these lines. Okay. I play against Blaufasan. That's a German German animal, maybe? A German word for an animal. I don't know if it's actually an animal. I don't even know a translation for fasan in English. I know it's kind of similar to a goose. Well, that's not really that accurate, but yeah, okay. Let's stick to what I know, chess, and let's see what he comes up with against e4. I would say this one more, and then that's enough. I think if I was to accept all the challenges I still have, well, in fact I don't have that many more. Yeah, looks like I only have four challenges left, so we'll do one more, and then I see 3 of the challenges I have here I've already played against him before, so sorry guys, we've played before. With some of you I've played him several times, so yeah. Let's play this one. We didn't have that yet. I love to play the open Sicilian, but sometimes you gotta mix it up a little bit. Okay, usually knight c6 and knight f6 are the main moves. So here I think I can just try to build up a nice center. Okay. How about e5 now? How about e5? I don't know if that makes any sense, but I'm just playing whatever comes to mind. Another move would be rook e1, but I always the problem is always then I play d4 and then they come with d5, and it's not that great, at least from my experience. Here I open a position. I have a little lead in development, so I'm hoping I can do something with that. Should I just take back? That would be so boring. No, I'll play bishop f4. This looks interesting. Threatens knight takes g6, and if d takes c3, maybe I can play queen a4 and then take back, and maybe I have something. I hope so. I mean, I'm leading in development, so I'm hoping I can do something with that. Or even I can even think about queen b3. That looks also fairly strong after d takes c3. Queen b3 aiming at f7 and b7. He might have queen d5 then though. Probably queen a4 is better. Queen a4 directly. Okay, what else can he do? He can move his queen. He can move his queen somewhere, I don't know, a6? Possibly a6 or b6, e6. Yeah, but it's not so easy, and I like to, you know, put on some pressure early in the game if possible. Like you can see here, he's already thinking about it over a minute. Plays this move, knight d5. I think I'll just go to g3. Now still there are threats like knight takes f7 now, so he has to be aware of that. And yeah, queen takes d4 is an option, and maybe pointing in this direction as well. So I'm quite content here with my position. Queen b6. Queen f3, knight f6. I wish there was some knockout blow here, but I guess there isn't. I don't see anything. So what do I do then? How about this? Queen f3, and then bring out my next piece. Where do I want to go? Knight d2, knight a3. Let's go to a3. Bring the knight to c4 and argue that I'm better. But okay, it's not that much. Bishop g7, knight c4, queen a6 he can play. And unfortunately I cannot keep him in the center. I would love to keep him in the center, somehow sacrifice. Okay, he doesn't. Okay. Maybe now I have a chance to keep him in the center. Rook e1. Yeah, I think I can keep it in the center now. Because now there are ideas with knight d6, and now the f6 is hanging because there's a pin. And bishop g7, I have knight d6. I don't know how strong that is, but at least his king will not castle in this game. I think I should go knight d6, yeah. Oh, he takes. Okay. Bishop takes d6 or bishop takes f6? Let's go with bishop takes f6. Nothing wrong with that. And now let's go all in, rook e7. Okay. And I would argue that I have a strong attack here. Okay. All right. Yeah, I think if he plays not knight c6, that looked like a development move on the wrong wing, on the wrong side. If he plays bishop g7 and then we have the same thing here, I'm just not fast enough. I think I don't have anything better than to take back. He castles, and okay. I don't think I have much here. Maybe I can push d5. Yeah, but this is not much. This is not much at all. Okay, some more challenges have popped up in the meantime. I said I'm going to do one more. So I do this one. Tokrikoq. Okay, and then we'll call it a day. Oh, lucky me, got another white color. And we have another Sicilian. Lots of Sicilians today. But maybe a Sicilian we haven't had. Please not g6. Ah, there we go. g6 we had way too many times. Oh, this is something new. Sveshnikov. There we go. This is all theory here. This is a line with which black would like to make a draw. But I'm not going to do that, as you might suspect. What are the moves here? c4 or bishop d3? I think, yeah, c4. This is highly complicated, very sharp stuff, very sharp. Black takes on e4 now, I believe. C takes b5, knight d4, something along these lines. Very complicated positions. I'm surprised he doesn't know that move apparently, because I think c4 and bishop d3 are the two main moves. Yep, he takes. I take. Knight d4 and now bishop c4, if I'm not mistaken. You see, I'm like playing from memory, but that's oftentimes what you gotta do when you're faced with these complex positions. I think bishop e6 is the move here. Yeah, he plays that. Sometimes there's b6, but probably not now. I'm tempted to just castle, but I feel like that's not the right move. But then again, you know, sometimes it's always dangerous to kind of rely on your memory, and you should always think over the board, because that's a common mistake people make. They kind of kind of think, yeah, I know how it goes, and then they mess up because they mix up variations. And if you're not sure, then it's usually a better idea to just try to solve it over the board, better than to mess up and then be suddenly completely lost just because you played a move out of memory. So that's my advice on this matter. I think I'm also doing well here. I mean, material is equal, but now bishop takes d4 is a threat, and I'll just take it. I'll take it again, and now I'm up a pawn. Knight on e4 is hanging, and I'm very comfortable. Takes on b5. Okay. I'm considering to win material. Will I? That's the only question. Will I win material? No, I won't. I'll show you later what I was thinking of. Okay, so let's just take this one. Make it easy. Yeah, I mean, that's also a pretty reasonable move. Knight c7 is a threat as well. And yeah, I mean, I shouldn't spend too much time here with just a clear pawn up. So, knight f6. Seems like it allows me to take another pawn on d6. Just gotta make sure I'm not miscalculating, but I don't think so. Queen is hanging, and if he takes, my knight protects the bishop. And if he attacks the knight, I take the bishop. So that's just a 2-pawn advantage here. Yeah, that was what I was talking about. Okay, if I have a choice, I even like to keep the bishop. I shouldn't put it here maybe because of rook d2. But okay, he resigned. His time was also down. Okay, I think I'll call it a day. Almost 5 hours, my goodness. That's crazy. That was a lot of fun. I'm fairly satisfied with the way I played. I mean, there were a couple of games where I just blundered, and then I played on with material down. It was just didn't feel good, didn't feel right. Particularly this one game against Paule. I would like to apologize to Paule for trying to win on time. Pretty much, it's not a good thing. Okay, that's it. Thank you all for watching. That was a blast. And yeah, maybe I'll do the same thing again for 5,000 subscribers. We'll see. Or maybe if you guys have another idea what I can do as subscriber special, I would love to hear your thoughts. And then make sure to subscribe on my channel, if you haven't yet, Twitch and YouTube, to always be up to date what's going on there and to see any new videos. And then have a nice, I guess, night in Germany and in Europe, and for all of you in the US watching, have a nice evening. Bye.